Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to discuss another verse from Scripture warning Christians of the possibility of losing their salvation. This one is from yet another letter written by St. Paul and is directed to a young Christian by the name of Timothy. When St. Paul first met Timothy, he was already a Christian, and later he became a church leader. Paul took him under his wing and became his mentor, guiding him so that he would lead the members of his church in truth. The verse is from Paul's first letter to Timothy, chapter 5, verse 8. It reads as follows: If anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for his own family, he has disowned the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Paul warns Timothy that if a Christian turns their back on a relative or family member, they have disowned the faith. This statement clearly indicates that this person had to be a person of faith, a person who believed that Jesus was the Son of God, in order to be disowned, as Paul refers to it. So just as we saw in Paul's previous letter to the Romans, where the person had to be a part of Christ's church in order to have fallen away, we also see now that they also had to be first a member of Christ's church in order to have been disowned. And Paul goes on to say in his warning to Timothy, not only has this person disowned the faith, but he is also worse than an unbeliever. So it's clear he was a believer, but his actions not only resulted in his disowning the faith, it also made him worse, Paul tells us, than an unbeliever. And what does Scripture tell us about the fate of an unbeliever? I think we all know the answer to that question. Sadly, eternal damnation. So if the fate of an unbeliever is hell, eternal damnation, then the fate of someone who disowned the faith, who was worse than an unbeliever, must also be the same. I think it's pretty clear we have yet another warning in Scripture that a true believer of Jesus Christ can fall away from the faith and lose their salvation. And I think it's important to note here that Paul includes these warnings in virtually all of his letters to the churches, and in this case, their leader. That's how important it is. So that's it for today, but again, there's even more to come. As always, thank you all for listening, and God bless.